Now, the reason we're talking about all of this is that tonight on BBC One, 10:35, after the news and weather, there will be a documentary called Inside the Bruderhof, and two members of that community who will feature the documentary tonight join us now. They are Bernard Hibbs, and his wife, Rachel. Very good to see you guys.
Good morning. Good morning.
Like so many people, we hadn't heard of you. We didn't know your community existed, which may be the way you like it or not. You'll tell us now. But because you don't use technology and whatever, will you miss this programme? Will you be able to watch it, or what's your view on that?
There's people at home watching it right now. There's friends watching it on their computers. Other people will watch it later. And the documentary we'll watch tonight, and then also people will watch it later on.
Much to our embarrassment. So people will
watch. To see yourself, you mean?
Just to see yourself on television.
Well, you should be us.
Just
see yourselves
just tell us.
But the whole thing about that is, what is the philosophy? Just give us an indication of what your modus operandi is and where you stand with the community, and what makes you different and special in your comparative isolation.
Well, if you look at the first disciples, says in the book of Acts, they lived together, they shared everything, they shared all their possessions, and no one had need among them. And we simply try and do that. So we're just normal Christians, we read the same Bible as everyone else, and yet we have this very specific thing around sharing our money and sharing our possessions. So I don't have any money, we don't have any possessions, and we find that by doing that, you actually end up with a lifestyle that is fairer, people are treated better within that, and you don't have things like status and inequality.
It sounds perfect, but then obviously most places say somebody always wants to be a leader, somebody wants to be in charge. Do you have elders? Do you have somebody who runs the community?
Yeah, we have pastoral leaders within the community, like a normal church would do, but we also have people who are responsible for finances or for work or different aspects.
Well, let's talk about finances, because I'm fascinated by that. You say, you know, we have no money,
right?
Yet you're dressed, you have shoes, you're wearing glasses, you know, so there must be some money.
There absolutely.
Do you go out and have jobs? How do you live and make money?
Everyone works within the community. We have a business which is staffed by community members, and that is how we...
Is this the toy making?
Yes, community playthings, a toy business, toys and furniture for nurseries and primary schools. And then the finance goes centrally into an account. And for instance, when I wanted to come up here today to see you, we asked the person responsible for the money for enough money to come.
And they can decide whether it's a good way to spend it. I'm fascinated, Rachel, because Bernard, do I believe you chose to join the community, and you were born into Bruderhof? Yes. So how long had your parents been in that? So you knew nothing else?
My parents were both born in the Bruderhof as well. All four of my grandparents came as single young people in England during the war and joined the community. I went to school after age 14, about the local schools, GCSEs, A-levels, and then I was living in London for 3 years at university. And it was during that time that I made my own decision to become a member of the community.
So, guys, as I understand it, you are opposed as a community to materialism, rampant consumerism, constant use of social media, and you place an emphasis on the communal living, sharing items, which we've talked about there, dispensing items amongst each other. You refer to each other as brothers and sisters, and you have a community in Peckham and two larger communities in Beechgrove in Kent and Darvel in East Sussex.
You've summed it up perfectly.
Yeah?
I think we can go now, because that's a beautiful introduction.
That would be a great political ideal. We've got a new Prime Minister in the land. You know, this is a democracy. But you would find, really, Bernard, that a democracy isn't all that it's cracked up to be, really. I mean, as Ruth said, it's more like a benign dictatorship, I suppose, where you are.
I think the main thing in our community is that people are willing to let go of their own ideas and what they want for themselves. And actually what we found is if you get a group of people together and everyone within that group is simply looking out for other people and never looking out for themselves, everyone actually gets treated better. You know, I never have to worry about my children having enough, me having enough, and yet they all do.
But so, Rachel, does that make you happy? Do you think you guys, as a collective, are in a happier place than, you know, the rest of us would be?
I do think. I'm very happy because everyone's opinion and belief and ideas are valued equally. and everyone is cared for. So by everyone looking to care for those around them, it makes a very happy, positive.
I think people worry about, and it's not that you're a secret community because you've allowed the cameras in and you're here today and it's very interesting to talk to you, but people do think if people have a community that nobody knows much about, it's a cult. And they go, oh, it's a cult, and people aren't allowed to leave.
Right. Well, we certainly allow our young people. In fact, and the documentary shows the story of a young lady who wants to leave the community. So that will be in there for people to see. But almost all of our young people leave. They go to university. They do overseas.
As you went and worked in London.
Yeah, and young people are encouraged to leave and know something else, because community, how we live it, takes a great deal of commitment and constant work to provide that.
It's on 10:35 tonight, BBC One, Inside the Bruderhof. We are certainly looking forward to that. Really appreciate you guys coming out to us into this world. I'd love to talk to you longer about this, but in this rampant world of consumerism and everything you don't stand for, I'm quite embarrassed to say this is what the world is about, because you're now going to witness us preaching and trying to beg people to enter a competition here. And I know, I mean, I'm not finding this funny. It is quite embarrassing because it is everything you're opposed to. It's a chance to win £60,000 in cash. It's a chance to win a brand new car.
Can we enter? I mean, can we get in on this?
But you would not, I'd only be tarnishing and tainting you.
What do you want with a big fancy car, Bernard?
But you could enter, win it, and then no one would know. Share it with the community.
Share it with the community.
Share it with everyone.
With everyone.
OK, so, OK.
Well, here it is.
I did my best. I've apologised enough. Let's go. Here's Lisa Snowdon with the Big Bucks, Big Bang competition. I'm very sorry.